Office Administration 2023, Paper 2. This exam is for 2 hours. You will be tested on 6 questions. In section 1, there's 3 questions for you to attempt, and in section 2, there's also 3 questions for you to attempt. So let's begin. Section 1. Good interpersonal relations and effective communication are important to the success of any organization. State 3 benefits of maintaining good interpersonal relations with an organization. Good, so let's begin. Good interpersonal relations creates a positive work environment which helps employees feel valued and motivated. Let's go to the second benefits. Right, so remember, interpersonal relationships are social associations, connections, or affiliations between 2 or more people within the organization. Second benefits, they improve teamwork and cooperation, making it easier to achieve organizational goals. Last benefit, we can put 3. They reduce conflicts, misunderstandings, leading to smoother communication among staff. Right? 3 marks there. Now, if you don't know what interpersonal relations is, you will not get this question correct. Alright, please learn and go over interpersonal relationships. Next question. During a staff meeting, while one was speaking, his supervisor used the hand gesture shown below. State 2 ways in which this gesture could be interpreted. The first way, this could mean, could be a signal to hold on. Yeah. Signal to stop speaking. Yeah, that's it. Moving on to the next question. The advantages of using multimedia presentation as a channel of communication. Okay, so that could be a PowerPoint presentation, could be using video conferencing and those things. Multimedia, communications, capture. And to make information easier to understand, combining text, images, and videos. And 3, the enhance retention of information, helping the audience remember key points better. Number 1D. The following conversation took place between 2 employees at Safety Supplies Incorporation. Mr. Maxwell, did you hear that Ms. Barkas, the HR clerk, applied for 2 weeks sick leave? I heard she actually went on a shopping trip in Miami. Ms. Jolly, oh, are you sure? But someone told me she is ill and went to Miami for medical treatment. Mr. Maxwell, I wonder who we could ask that would know the real story. No one that I asked knows. It's Jolly. Perhaps someone in HR would tell us. I will ask Liza, the new girl, HR manager. Colleagues, I overheard your conversation and would like to meet you in my office immediately. Based on the scenario above, suggest 3 actions the human resource manager should take when meeting with Mr. Maxwell and Ms. Jolly. So we have a little gossip going on there, right? So what the manager could do, she could address the issue of gossip and confidentiality. Could remind the employees of company policies on professional conduct. Now, these are questions that allow you to think outside the box a little bit. And as the HR manager, I think I would want to investigate the source of the information to prevent future breaches of privacy by asking Mr. Maxwell and Ms. Jolly in terms of where they could the yeah, that's it. Let's go to question 1. We're still on question 1. Outline 2 strategies that the Human Resource Department could implement to improve employee relations at Safety Supplies Incorporation. What are 2 strategies HR could do to improve the relationship between employees? What we can do, plan a team building workshop or events in the office. That's 1. And 2, organize a staff meeting and gain feedback by giving employees a chance to share ideas and concerns open. That's it. That sounds good. 4 marks there. All right, let's go to the next question. Question number 2. Identify 3 items of information that the receptionist should record when taking a message from a caller. Now, this topic comes directly from communication when we deal with our telephone message form. So, if you are the secretary in the office, someone calls for a supervisor. Supervisor is not there. What is 3 items of information that you should take from the caller? 1, caller's name and company. 2, the caller's telephone number, just in case the supervisor has to return the call. And 3, the message itself, if one is left by the caller. That's it. You have many other things, but they just asked for 3, right? 3 marks. 2B, state 2 reasons why a company would use a courier service. Now, a courier service is if you have ordered something online and you have to get it to your customer. If you own a business online, they order something off of your page or website and you have to get this item to your customers, you would hire a courier service. So, state 2 reasons why a company would hire a courier service. A courier service ensures that they use the word packages or goods are delivered quickly and on time. Secondly, it provides security for important or valuable items, reducing the risk of loss or damage. Beautiful. So the 2 reasons there. 2 marks. C. MJ Enterprises has its mail delivered to a post office box at the local post office. State 2 advantages of using this service. Let's read this question again. MJ Enterprises has its mail delivered to a post office box at the local post office. State 2 advantages of using this service. Right, so the first advantage is a post office box allows the company to receive mail securely, reducing the risk of thefts. Because coming directly to the box. Second reason, it ensures timely collection of mail, as the company can collect letters and packages at its convenience. Yeah, the mail is coming directly to the post office box. So the company can move at their own time in terms of when to collect their letters and packages. Let's go to the next question. More than 2 months ago, Ms. Joylyn Pandor of 21 Tulip Drive, Canwan, was interviewed for the post of receptionist as advertised in the flyer shown below. Although she has the necessary qualifications for the job, she has not been contacted by the company. This is a little advertisement here. Yeah? What are they asking us to do? Assume you are Ms. Pandor. Draft up a follow-up letter to the company indicating that you are still interested in the position. Nice. So this question comes from communication. What you have to know here is the structure of a letter. What comes first, what goes second, third, fourth, etc. Now the structure of the letter is the letterhead. The letterhead entails who the letter is coming from. Now the question says for us to assume we are Miss Pandora and we are drafting up a follow-up letter. So if we are Miss Pandora, the letter is coming from Miss Pandora. So the letterhead needs to have Joylyn Pandora. It's so sexy, so nice. They did the letterhead for you already. In organizing the structure of a letter, the second thing is the date. Question says use today's date. Today, April 28th. Right? After the date in a letter, we have the reference. There isn't any information regarding the reference, so we leave that out. After the reference is the addressee. The addressee is who the letter is going to. Who Miss Joylyn Pandora is writing this letter to? Who is she sending this letter to? She will be sending it to Mr. Stuart Benjamin, who is the Human Resource Manager of Martin & Martin Limited, Charleston, Panur, right? She's sending it to him. All resumes, follow-up letters goes directly to HR. Who is in charge right now? Stuart Benjamin. So let's get our letter started. It is now over 2 months she would have applied for the position. So skip a line, you're going to put Mr. Stuart Benjamin. He is the Human Resource Manager for the company, Martin & Martin Limited. Charlestown. And NCA and alright, so now she would have written or applied 2 months ago. Right, let's go back up to the scenario. She would have applied for this receptionist position, but she haven't heard anything. So CX is asking you to write a follow-up letter showing that, you know, she's still interested. So after the addressee, have the salutation and then the subject. So the salutation is a greeting. So the greeting there, Mr. Benjamin, right? The subject is a follow-up letter. Now we can begin the body of the letter. I am writing interesting session. Fine. Hi. Good. And we're going to sign it. Yours sincerely. Remember not to put your actual name, right? Because you are Joylyn Pan. That's it. So our letter. We literally just took out the information from the scenario and put it in the letter. Now, when you have a letter in office administration, CXC should bring a letter. You need to know the structure of a letter. What comes first, what goes second, what goes third, etc. That's very important. All right, let's move on to the next question. Question 3, I believe. Yep. Right. State 3 ways in which a receptionist can assist in maintaining a positive image of the organization. 3 ways in which a receptionist can assist in maintaining a positive image of the organization. They can greet visitors politely. Professionally. Customers for like seconds. They can answer the calls and emails courteously and efficiently. This is so important. The last thing they can do, 3, they can and tap, showing that the organization is reliable and good. Go to 3B. The filing administrator, Mr. Ricardo Gomez, informed the filing clerk of management's decision to change from a decentralized to a centralized filing system. Identify 4 benefits of implementing a centralized filing system. A decentralized filing system is where each department has its own filing system. A centralized filing system is where all the different departments have to share and meet up at a central location to use the same filing system. So what are 4 benefits of implementing a centralized filing system? First benefit, it is cost effective. Right? The company just have to purchase and spend money to create one filing system. So it saves the company money. Secondly, it improves control over records, making it easier to manage and track files. 3, it enhances security. Steps in one location. Fourthly, it reduces duplication of files, saving storage space and resources. Those are the 4 benefits there. Formats. Good. Let's go to C3C. Mrs. Brittany Williams has been employed as a filing clerk with Delta Legal Corporation for the last 6 years. Based on her outstanding performance, she was offered the position of administrative assistant in the accounts department. Assume you are Ms. Brittany Williams. Write an email to the Human Resource Manager, Kaylin Joseph, informing her that you have accepted the offer. The email should be copied to your supervisor, Mr. Ajani Singh. No problem. So this is just an email. Email is coming from Brittany. We have to send an email to the Human Resource Manager, Kaylin Joseph, and we have to copy Brittany's supervisor, Mr. Ajani Singh, letting all parties know she was offered an administrative assistant position in the accounts department and she's accepting the offer. So this is going to Kaylin Joseph, Human Resource Manager. Right. Set up copy Ajani Singh, who is the supervisor. Use current dates. The subject could be acceptance of offer for treated position. Right, so let's start the little email. Don't overthink this, just type exactly the scenario. She was offered the position. Administrative assistant at Delta does thank the company sincerely and Brittany Williams. That's it. That's the email. Email, just block out, pull out, take out the information and just put it in your email. That's it. Right? Let's go to the next question now. I believe this is question 4. We are into section 2. Yes, we are. Organizations should do all that is possible to keep their employees satisfied. State 2 internal factors that might contribute to employee turnover in an organization. Beautiful question. Low salary. That's one. Internal factors. Poor working conditions. That's it. Yeah? Describe each of the following functions of the human resource department. Now, induction is the process of giving a little orientation session only to new employees. And that's induction. Oh, appraisal. Appraisal, this would have come from the human resource management topic. And appraisal is the process of assessing employees' performance of period time. Feedback strengths that's it. Okay. This is why when you get a new job, you have to make sure that your I's, cross your T's, you do everything that you're supposed to be doing. But there will come a time where you have to sit down with your supervisor and do an appraisal to assess your performance. Next question. Oh, calculation question here. Currency memorandum is shown below. 2 employees, right? Let me see what it asks me here. Complete the missing information in the memorandum to identify the following question. Show all work. What we have to do is determine the total cash to be received by Marian Hislop. And Terry is to be paid $616. He must receive no more than $5 $2. No more than 5 $2 notes. Right? Determine the number of $100 notes and the number of $2 notes that he must receive. Right. Determine the total cash to be received by Marian Hislop. And then this is show all work. So you have to show how you get certain answers, right? Otherwise, you're not going to get the full. Right, so let's show the working. So let's start with Marian Hislop. If he's getting 5 $100 bills, how much is that? That is 100 multiplied by 5. That's 500. Okay, so here will be 500. then four $50. So that is $50 multiplied by 4 is 200. So 200 here. No 20s, we're paying them 5, 10, that's 50, 9, 5, 10, $2. So that'll be 10, 2, which is 20. Be 20 here. Total cash. So the total cash, what you would do is add up all of this here at the bottom, all, right? So that will be 500 plus 200 plus $50 plus $45 plus $20 plus the cents. So you will get $815.50. Right, that's the working for the first one. Second one, for Terry. But what they said for Terry, let's just go back. He's to be paid $616. He must receive no more than 5 $2. Determine the number of $100 notes and the number of $2 notes. All right, easy. So his salary coming up to $616. We just need to insert the figures. So at the end of the day, we're coming up with $616. So we have to make sure and pay him the accurate currency. All right, so let's begin. $616. So we're starting off with 616. They paid him $250. That's coming up to 100. So that minus 100 and up to 516. There. Paid him $320. That's $6. 516 minus 60. 6, 5, 6. Paid him $210, that is $20. So 456 minus 20 is 436. Paid him $5, that's $25. So 436 minus $25 is $411. Paid him $1, that is $5. So 411 minus $5. It's 406. Right, so we end up with 406. So we still have to pay him $406. So they said he must not receive no more than 5 $2 notes, right? Determine the number of $100 and the number of $2 notes that he must receive. Okay, so if it's 406, how much $100 we'll have to pay him? It will be 4. Total here will be 400, right? So 406 minus 400, we remain with $6 we have to pay. Now the question says he must not receive no more than 5 $2 notes, no more than 5. So what we can do, we can give him 3 $2 notes coming up to $6. That's it there. So when you add up, if you're unsure, just add up everything at the bottom. You will get $616. That's your answer right there. That's your answer. Determine the number of $100 notes is 4. So at the bottom here, you'll put the 4. So you can put 4 $100. And determine the number of $2 notes, you would have gotten 3 $2. I've gotten 3 $2. That's 9 marks for that question. Right, let's go to the other question. Question number 5. State 3 functions of the clerk in the marketing and customer service. 3 functions what the clerk has to do. Function number 1, have to record sales and customer transactions. To assist in preparing promotional materials help respond to customer queries and complaints. That's it. That's it. 3 marks. B. Identify 3 reasons why periodic inventory checks are important to an organization. So this question would have come out from the topic procurement and inventory. Identify 3 reasons why periodic inventory checks are important. So inventory checks is just checking the stocks that you have remaining in your warehouse. So why should we check? Why should we do periodic checks at given periods? Help to ensure accurate stock levels. As there's a possibility, you have to do the checks on your inventory to see how much goods you have, but there's a possibility you can have a shortage. And remember, if you have a shortage of something, you can lose customers because customers coming in your store to purchase this product and you don't have any more to sell to them. So therefore, you run the risk of losing customers. And on the flip side, if you have too much stock, you can run out of space. You're overstocked, so you can run out of space to house these things. Okay, therefore, reason why we should keep track is to detect damaged, missing, or expired items. 3. Provide information for financial records. Like back or inventory. Yeah, so see what the other question brings for us. So yes. Okay. During the quarterly stock-taking exercise, the purchasing clerk observed that the stock card number 30 for white letter-size paper was incomplete. The paper is located on shelf 15 Use the information on the table below to complete the stock card provided on page 19. So question like this, you get the table below, just go through the table line by line by line. So the stationery stock card number is 30. The item name and description is the white letter size paper. Stock location, shelf 15. Minimum level 11 boxes, bin number 25, pre-order level 9 boxes. Right, so it means when it reaches only 9 boxes, that is your indication to order more white letter size paper. Right, let's see what's going on here. So 1st of November, the balance quantity departments, you will put the balance here. Right, so the balance is 8. Okay, so we don't have to put this in, it's already there. The balance is 8. So right now we have 8 white letter size paper. Right? Now we go to the 10th of November. Got 37 letter size paper. The invoice number 212. Supplier paper to supply limited. And if we got 37, how much the balance will be? We're just going to add that 37 to the 45. So 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45. So the balance now is 45. Means we have 45 white letter size paper in stock. So we're going back there to the other area for the information. We now have 23rd of November. We issued 12, meaning we gave a department 12, the requisition number 215. We gave a department 12. Remember, we had 25. We now give out 12. The department we gave it to was the accounts department. Right? If we give out 12, what is the remaining balance? 45 minus 12 is 33. Right? So we have 33 white letter size paper remaining. Back. 30 white letter size paper was issued. 30 was issued. Meaning we gave a department 30. What is the name of the department? It was the mail room. So 33 minus 30, we now have 3 white letter size paper remaining. We have 3 right now. The other entry is the 26th of November. We received 42 white letter size paper. The invoice number is 230. store, supplier, right? So we currently receive 42. We had a balance of 3, right? So 3 plus 42 will give us 45. So now we have 45 white letter size paper. And the last entry is the 4th of December, where we issued 11 white letter size paper. The requisition number 239. HR department, we would have issued that to the HR department, right? So 45 minus 11 is 34. All right, and that's it. That is it. 6. Last question. One of the forms used in the factory office is the planning master. Identify 2 items of information that should be included in the planning master. So one is the type and quantity of goods to be produced. So the planning master, looking at a factory, everything that's supposed to be made, you plan for this. So you need to know how much workers you need to have, how much raw materials you need to have, what machines you need to be that need to be active to make your actual product. It's like planning for a birthday party, planning for a line, right? When you are in the factory, whether it's Coca-Cola factory, Snickers factory, whatever factory it is, you actually have to have a planning document that is called the planning master, where you plan to produce all the items that you want to produce, whether it's daily, weekly, or monthly. So one of the information that should be in that document is the type and quantity of goods. Second information, the production schedule, meaning the planned dates and times for each stage of production. When you want, okay, so let's say you're making Snickers, 1,000 Snickers bars. When is the schedule completion for that 1,000 Snickers bars? You need to have these 2 information in the planning master. Explain the use of each of the following documents in the transportation office. We have the delivery schedule. Beautiful. This document lists the planned deliveries, showing what goods are to be delivered, to whom, and when. Helping drivers and staff organize deliveries. Efficient. All right, good. That's it. Airwaybill. When you order something online, and if you are the purchasing officer, right, you have these certain documents that might come your way. Excuse me, this is a document. Details of the goods. sender, receiver, and the flight. This is when the goods coming by aeroplane. Beautiful. All right. 2 marks each. And this question here. Sip and drink manufacturing company is located at 14 High Street, Dominica. On the 20th of April 2023, Mr. O'Brien Henry, the operations supervisor, was inspecting the new juice extract machine when it malfunctioned. Assume that you are Ariel Charles, the operations clerk. Using the notes below, complete the accident report on pages 23 and 24. Alright, so this is an accident report. The production manager, Mr. Fabian Isaac, was present and applied ice to the injured fingers while they waited for the ambulance to arrive. A lever on the machine that Mr. Henry was inspecting became loose and fell on his right hand. This is the 4th accident to occur this year. The production manager called the ambulance service as soon as the accident occurred. The ambulance took 30 minutes to arrive. Mr. Henry was taken to General Hospital where he received treatment and was released. The accident occurred at 1:30 p.m. in the operations room. 2 of Mr. Henry's fingers on his hand were bruised and swollen. Now, CXC is asking you to submit an accident report, and that is exactly what you're going to do. Submit the accident reports. You are not going to insert anything that is not in the scenario. Only put exactly what the scenario has. Put that exact information. Alright, so this is the accident report. A report is normally done whenever there's an accident in the factory. So the name of the employee was injured, Mr. O'Brien Henry. Accident report number 4. This is the 4th accident. Now, all the information is right up here. How do we know it's the 4th accident? Let me find it. Look at right here. 4th accident. Alright. Just do line by line by line. Dates. Did it tell us a date on when this occurred? Supposed to. Right. 20th of April 2023. Time was 1:30. You reported exactly what the scenario has. Description, accidents, a brief description. There's a brief description. It's action taken. What was the action that's taken? Production manager, Mr. Fabian Isaac, applied ice to the finger. Ambulance was called, all the action that was taken, and arrived 30 minutes later. And released. That was the action that was taken. You don't have to put anything else. All this action that was taken is actually in the scenario. Don't get caught up with a lot of lines that you're seeing there. You don't have to use those lines. Yeah? The action that was taken, the production manager, Mr. Fabian Isaac, applied ice. They called the ambulance. The ambulance took 30 minutes to arrive. Those were the actions that was taken. Mr. Henry was taken to the hospital, he received treatment, and then he was released. Right? Let's see what other information CXC is asking us to provide. Oh, that's it. 9 marks. Okay? And that's the end of our paper 2 for the year 2020.